Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the game where you are always aiming for the lowest score. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hello, my name's Gail, and this is my husband, Ken, and we're from Warrington.
Couple number two.
Hi, my name's Jo. This is my friend Susie, and we're from Bristol.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Paul. This is my cousin Ray. I'm from Glasgow. He's from Liverpool.
And finally, couple number four.
Hello, my name's John. This is my BFF forever, Ollie, and we are from Cardiff.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks, everyone. We'll get to know more about you throughout the show as it goes along, so that just leaves one more person for me to introduce. They call him the Doctor because he worked very hard at school and he looks lovely in white. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon to you.
And to you.
How are you?
Oh, I mustn't grumble.
Excellent. We've only got one returning pair today. They did very, very well last time, didn't they? Paul and Ray. Got all the way through to the head-to-head. We were very surprised when they got knocked out as well.
Yeah.
Got a pointless answer from Ray.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough for all our new pairs. Have you noticed quite often these days when we have friends on, they look like each other? You think they're going to be brothers or sisters, and I think John and Ollie look like they're... Don't you think? Yeah, they kind of look like they're brothers. But I also worry because, you know, BFF means best friend forever.
He then said forever.
But John said that he was his BFF forever. So there's an extra F in there.
Forever, 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 forever.
Ah, well, we'll
Always
see.
on forever, with advantage.
It's a proper old-school pointless round coming up in round one today.
Brilliant. Well, thanks very much indeed, Richard. Now, all our questions have been asked to 100 people before the show. Today's contestants, of course, are looking for a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add 250 quid to the jackpot. Now, Sarah and Lisa didn't win the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that, so today's jackpot starts off at £3,250. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Now, remember, the pair with the highest score at the end of this round will be eliminated, and there is to be no conferring between you during the round itself. OK, our first category today is geography. Geography. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many countries that start with two consonants as they could. Countries that start with two consonants. Richard?
Yeah, we're looking for any country whose name begins with two consonants, please. Anyone whose conventional short-form name begins with two consonants. As always, by country, we mean a member of the UN that's a sovereign state in its own right. The only countries we won't allow on this are saint countries. So if they start with, you know, the ST for saint, we won't allow them. But anything else, just two consonants at the beginning of their name, please. Very best of luck.
OK. Thanks, Richard. Good round. I like it.
Interesting, it already gets you thinking.
Yeah, it's already got me thinking. Now, you all drew lots before the show, and Ken and Gail, you are going to go first today. Ken, what do you do, Ken?
I'm retired.
What did you do?
I was a nurse.
And what do you do now you've retired?
I'm still a nurse. I'm a nursery nurse, but I don't get paid for it.
So the only difference is you still go and work, but you do it
I look
out of
after
goodness.
5 grandchildren. We're heavily involved with our grandchildren, so...
So you stay in and work?
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah. Very good. What do they call you?
Anything you like.
Oh, really? Do they have a name for you, though? Do they have a...
Well, I'm Grandad, yeah.
Just Grandad, OK. Well, I know that sounds obvious, but sometimes people have nicknames for their granddads.
Yeah, they do.
They do,
yeah.
You know.
I bet you did, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
What did you call your...
Oh, no, it's too embarrassing. I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, God, it's only, literally, it's only just between us.
No. No.
Did you have to call him Lord?
No. No, they were very sweet nicknames.
Your Majesty?
No. No, anyway, Ken, what are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for Papua New Guinea.
OK, a little bit of an intake of breath there from our audience. Papua New Guinea, says Ken. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Papua New Guinea. I'm sorry to say that's an incorrect answer and scores you the maximum of 100 points. I'm sorry, Ken.
Sorry, Ken, yeah, because PA is, you know, Papua New Guinea would have been the correct answer.
Thanks, Richard. Now, Susie, welcome to the show.
Hello.
And you are from Bristol.
I am, yes.
What do you do in Bristol, Susie?
I'm a financial advisor.
How long have you done that for?
I've been an advisor for about a year, but I've worked for the company for about 7 years.
Is it fun? Do you like that?
Yeah, it is fun. Yeah, more enjoyable than people probably realise.
OK, so slightly enjoyable. What do you do in your spare time, Susie?
I am a bit of a karaoke queen, so
Are you?
I like to go to the pubs and do a sing-song.
Oh, what's the track of choice? What would be your...
Always a Mariah Carey song. Favourite would have to be Dream Lover by Mariah Carey.
Not easy to sing those songs.
No, they're not, and I probably don't sing them well either.
OK, now, Susie, what about countries beginning with 2 consonants?
There is a few that I can think of. I'm thinking that I was going to go obscure, but I might go a little bit safe now because of Ken. Sorry, Ken. So I'm going to go for Chile.
It's good. Oh, it's good. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Chile. Very well done indeed. 12 for Chile.
Well played, Susie. Exactly the right tactics there. It's difficult this round because you can't. A lot of the old pointless favourites you can't lose. You can't have Tuvalu. You can't have Vanuatu. You're going to have to get to know some new friends.
Yeah, but it's good. Shake them up a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, thanks very much. Now, Paul, welcome back. You stormed it last show until the head-to-head. We gave you scouts.
No use of scouts. I
No.
failed the medical.
Yeah. Remind us what you do, Paul.
I'm a company director, importing artificial grass and clothing and all sorts of
Artificial grass and clothing. It's nice because Joe's actually wearing a jumper made of artificial
mine.
grass clothing. That is imported by you. Where do you get that from?
That one's from China, that particular one, yeah. That's China green.
China green. Very nice. A lovely green.
Thanks.
Very nice. Now then, Paul, we want the name of any country whose name begins with 2 consonants.
I'm going to say Grenada.
Grenada, says Paul.
Yeah.
OK, let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Grenada. It's right. I think this is going to be a typically low score from Paul. And it is. Look at that, 4. Very well done indeed.
Well played, Paul. It's a very nice way to start the show again. It's had all sorts of names over the years. Christopher Columbus called it Conception.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Thanks very much indeed. John.
Hello.
Welcome to the show, here from Cardiff.
Indeed, thank you for having us.
With your brother slash best friend. I mean, seriously, how are you not brothers, surely?
That's my mother and father aren't telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and I don't know. I don't think we're...
How long have you known each other?
17 years.
But I think maybe that's right. I mean, they were saying that dogs start to, you know, owners of dogs start to look like their dogs. You know, you start to look a bit like your best friend, maybe. Anyway, I'm not saying who's the dog, who's the owner. You can you work that one out yourselves. What do you do, John?
I'm an estate agent.
Excellent.
Lettings.
That gets a groan from the audience. Listen, but if you had to be shown around a house by anyone, surely by John, that'd be fine. Do you enjoy that?
I do, yeah, really good fun, yeah.
Do you have all the patter?
I do. Tan shoes, spiky hair, you know. Leather coat. Nice.
Now then, John, we are looking for countries that start with 2 consonants.
I'm going to say Kyrgyzstan.
Kyrgyzstan. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It's right. Look at that, 4. Very well done, John. Great answer, John.
I think you should get a special prize, John, because Kurdistan starts with 8 consonants. That's pretty good going, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty hard to start anything with 8 consonants.
I mean, obviously, Y it fills in as a vowel on this. It's sort of supply vowel, isn't it?
It's a supply vowel,
If
yeah.
the other vowels are ill or
Yeah.
inconvenienced.
But we all know it's a consonant, so we'd all muck about.
Yeah. Thanks very much indeed. So, yes, Kyrgyzstan, good answer. We're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. 4, the best score of that round. John and Ollie and Paul and Ray jointly occupying that nice low position. Then up to 12, we're behind Susie and Joe, also looking pretty good there. And then I'm sorry, I'm afraid you took one for the team there, Ken, and right now you are way out in front. But who knows, Gail, anything could happen in the next pass. Best of luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, so we are looking for any country that has a name starting with 2 consonants. Ollie, welcome to the show. What do you do in Cardiff, Ollie?
I'm a marketing consultant.
For whom?
For whom I work with a big local app.
How's it going with the app?
Very well.
Oh, is the app
Yes,
called the Big
thriving.
Local App?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I thought it was in the Cardiff
Free to
area.
download.
It was the biggest app. But no, it's a Big Local App.
Yeah, that's the app.
And what are your hobbies, Ollie?
I play rugby.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is my hobby. That's as far as it goes.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, listen, John has set you up very, very well. Lovely low score of 4 there. Do you think you can keep up, or keep down, I should say, that scoring?
No. But I'll give my best shot.
Well, listen, the high scorers, Ken and Gail, on 100. If you can score 95 or less, you're in the next round.
Oh, come on in.
Come on, Ollie.
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic is all he said. He's only said that. Here's your red line. If you get below that with Czech Republic, you're in round 2. Let's see if it's right. Let's see how many people said it. Through you go, Ollie. 18. 22 is your total. Very well done. Good answer.
Well played, Ollie. Yeah, 2 consonants, you see, right at the front, C and a Z. It's got quarter of the amount of consonants at the beginning of Kyrgyzstan, but it's still a correct answer.
Yep. Thanks very much indeed. OK, now then, Ray, you are from Liverpool, and you told us last time about your genealogy. What else do you like to get up to?
Well, I like to play tennis. I like to read. I do a lot of voluntary work. Keeps me occupied in my retirement.
Excellent. And are you a voracious reader? Do you read widely?
I like crime and thrillers, mostly, but I like also biographies.
OK, good stuff. OK, well, now, countries starting with 2 consonants. Do you think you can equal or even better Paul's brilliant answer?
I don't know if I can equal or better it, but I'm going to go for Bhutan.
Bhutan. Bhutan. OK, there's your red line, nice and high. Let's see if you can get down below that red line with Bhutan. I think you might. It's right. You're through. Surely that's going to go down lower than 4. Surely, surely. 5! Takes your total up to 9. Very well done. A single-figure total, Ray and Paul. Something to be very proud of in this round. Richard?
Yeah, Bhutan. I imagine it's lovely. I haven't been.
Thanks very much indeed. Now then, Joe.
Hello.
Joe, you are from Portishead.
Yes.
What do you do, Joe?
I'm a training consultant for a software company.
And what do you do when you're not consulting on that?
In my spare time, I am a bit of a football fanatic.
Are you? Are you? What's your team?
Chelsea.
OK. Ooh, he didn't like that to my left, did he? Oh, I heard that.
No, just...
Sharp intake of breath.
It's informative, is that's all. It's instructive.
OK. OK. Why Chelsea from Portishead?
I have been since I was little, supported them since I was young, so...
OK, well, fair enough. Now, what about countries starting with 2 consonants?
I thought of a few. I don't think any of them are going to be overly low, to be honest, but I'm going to go with Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad... Oh, it's a good answer. It's a good answer. Trinidad and Tobago often features on the low-scoring boards at the end of these rounds. Let's see if it does today. There's your red line, quite nice and high. Let's see if you can get below that with Trinidad and Tobago. Well done. You're in round 2. 3. Look at that. The lowest score of the round. Very well done indeed. Takes your total up to 15. Joe and Susie, brilliant.
Well played, Joe. Terrific answer. Yeah, very well done. Trinidad originally was called the Land of the Hummingbirds.
Why didn't they stick with that?
I suppose because the Land of the Hummingbirds and Tobago didn't sound quite so good.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Gail, I am sorry to say, you've waited so patiently.
I know.
I'm afraid you are the high scorers. You're a casualty of the first podium. Now, Gail, what do you do?
I'm retired.
And what do you do with your time now you're retired?
I spend a lot of time... Well, I'm a potter. My hobby is pottery.
On a wheel or...?
No, hand-thrown pottery.
Hand-thrown.
And so I spend quite a bit of time doing that, along with organising... Ken has an allotment, and I sort of manage what goes on at the allotment without physically getting involved.
This is news to Ken. OK, now, Gail, we want the name of any country whose name begins with 2 consonants. What's your answer going to be?
Syria.
We like that. Syria. Let's see if that's right. No red line for you, I'm afraid, as you're the high scorers. But let's see how many of our 100 people said Syria. It's right. 4. Joint second lowest score of the whole round. 104 your total.
Great finish to the round, Gail. Yeah, very well played. Ken, if you had your time over, we'll just give you one more chance. What would you have said in this round?
Off the top of my head, Sweden.
Sweden would have scored you 28 points, so you'd have been knocked out anyway.
That was only off the top of my head, though.
I hope that makes you feel a bit better.
Yeah.
Now, there's no pointless answers at all. There's a couple of very low scorers. Joe's answer was the best of the round, but there's a couple of scores that are even better than that. There's 2 1s. Let's take a look at them. Sri Lanka and Brunei both would have scored you 1 point. Djibouti would have scored you 2 points. It also would have got 2 points for Rwanda or Myanmar. 3 points, Swaziland. 4 points, Philippines. 5 points, Bhutan, Ghana. 6 for Chad, 7 for Cyprus. Those are the best answers out there. Let's take a look at the top answers, the ones that most of our 100 people said. Greece for 34. Spain for 43. And top of the shop, France on 55.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So, at the end of our first round, I'm afraid the pair heading home with their high score of 104. It's Gail and Ken. I'm so sorry. We've only just got here.
I know.
Yeah.
And we're sending you back. I'm sorry, but we will see you again next time when, let's hope, you'll go much, 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 much further. I have no doubt. Anyway, thanks very much for playing. Gail and Ken, great contestants. Thank you. Thank you. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. OK, so 3 pairs remain. Obviously, at the end of this round, we'll be saying goodbye to another pair. Susie and Joe, very, very well done. Very strong play. Paul and Ray, brilliant. 9, a single-figure total. John and Ollie, great work from you as well. You were the highest scorers of our remaining pairs, but still 2 very good answers, Kyrgyzstan especially. So, yes, I think this is going to be very close. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 is TV shows. TV shows. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns novel TV shows. Novel TV shows, Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you the name of 6 TV shows on each pass, which are all adapted from novels or series of novels. We just need you to give us the name of the author of those novels or series of novels, please. It's going to be 12 authors to guess at home. Very, very best of luck.
Thanks very much indeed. So we're looking for the author of the original novel on which these TV shows are based. And here's our first board of 6. Game of Thrones, Gormenghast, Great Expectations, Midsummer Murders, Inspector Morse, Roots. I'll read those all one last time. Game of Thrones, Gormenghast, Great Expectations, Midsummer Murders, Inspector Morse, and Roots. Now then, Susie.
I've just started watching Game of Thrones. I've watched all the first and second series, but I've not read the book, and I can't remember the author's name. There is a couple of others that I know, but I think I'll just play safe for now. I think it's safe. And go for Midsummer Murders and say Agatha Christie.
Agatha Christie, says Susie, for Midsummer Murders. Well, there's a bit of a murmur from the audience here. Let's find out what that murmur means. Agatha Christie, is it right? How many people said it if it is? Oh, no, Susie, I'm afraid not Agatha Christie, as it turns out. Yeah, that scores you 100 points. It may well not be the last 100-pointer of this round, so don't lose heart.
Yeah, sorry, Susie. Lots of murders in Agatha Christie and lots of, gentle English villages, but none in Midsummer, I'm afraid.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Paul, I just have an instinct you're going to be good at this. No?
Not a reader, I'm afraid.
No.
Right, OK, well, is Inspector Morse Colin Dexter?
Colin Dexter, says Paul, for Inspector Morse. Ray's nodding. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said Colin Dexter for Inspector Morse. It's right. Very well done. 25. Good work, Paul.
That's a good answer for someone who knew nothing about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Colin Dexter, well played. Yeah, 14 million people tuned into the final episode of Morse.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, now then, John. So who wrote the original novel that these TV series were based on? How are we feeling?
Struggling.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Tuffy.
yes.
Tuffy.
Well, this is music to Susie and Joe's ears.
The only thing I've got an inkling, a smidgen of a guess at Jane Austen for Great Expectations.
There's that murmur. Jane Austen for Great Expectations. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, Susie and Joe back in the game because that's an incorrect answer. That scores you the maximum of 100 points.
It's difficult. I'm trying to think how an estate agent might break the news of what a terrible answer that was. I would say, yes, that's quite a spacious answer, in need of some improvement, I would say that answer is a doer-upper. It's Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I'm afraid would have scored you 83 points. So a lot of people know it. Now, do you know Game of Thrones? It's George R.R. Martin.
No.
Would have scored 1 point. It's a very good answer. Well done if you said that. Do you know, I bet you know Gormenghast.
Is Mervyn Peake.
Mervyn Peake,
No,
yep.
I do know.
Would have scored you 11. Roots down the bottom is Alex Haley. Would have scored you 5. Now, Midsummer Murders is a pointless answer. So very well done if you said Caroline Graham.
No, I didn't know. Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. Paul and Ray once again leading from the front there. Actually, leading from the back, isn't it? Pointless, really. But low score of 25 is what I mean. Very well done indeed. Then up to 100, where we find John and Ollie and Susie and Joe. So it's Ollie and Joe. It's a tussle between the pair of you. Ollie, you will go first. So, yes, choose carefully. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 6 more TV shows up on the board, and here they come. We've got Pride and Prejudice, Sharp, The Ruby and the Smoke, Brideshead Revisited, The Scarlet Pimpernel, and Jane Eyre. I'll read those all one last time. Pride and Prejudice, Sharp, The Ruby and the Smoke, Brideshead Revisited, The Scarlet Pimpernel, and Jane Eyre. OK, now then, Ollie.
Yeah.
Ollie. Now, remember, we're looking for the author of the original novel on which these TV shows are based.
I haven't really got a clue, to be honest. Never read any of those books either. But, as John said it, I'll say it. Jane Austen. Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen, says Ollie. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Jane Austen. Very well done, Ollie. This time, Jane Austen gets you down the column. 49, under 50 as well. Look at that.
Take that. Happy days.
That would have been much, much better if you pretended you knew it and just said, oh, I cannot believe, John. This is such an absolutely obvious one. We all know it's Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. Let's get this over and done with. Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Rather than say, no, I don't know. I'm going to say the same name.
Well, still, there you are, 149, your total. Ray, I think this is going to be good for you. Great reader that you are. You're also through to the head-to-head. Sorry, that's the most exciting thing. Good news. Through to the head-to-head, whatever you score.
Yeah, there's a couple that I'm quite confident about, and there's one I'm not sure about and wondering whether to take a punt on it. I think I'll go for it. Scarlet Pimpernel, Baroness Orczy.
Baroness Orczy, says Ray. No red line because you're already through, but let's see how many of our 100 people said Baroness Orczy. Absolutely right. Seven. That'll do. Takes your total up to 32, Ray. Well done.
Well played, Ray. Continuing your great run. Yeah, she wrote a series of Scarlet Pimpernel novels, but the first one very much the most successful.
Thank you, Richard. Now then, Joe, we have a contest on our hands here. We know exactly what you have to score, 48 or less. How are you feeling at this stage?
I don't know any of them. Literature is not my forte, unfortunately. I'm just going to have to guess one. I'm going to go The Ruby and the Smoke, Martina Cole.
Martina Cole for The Ruby and the Smoke. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. There's your red line. Get below that, you're in the head-to-head. No, bad luck. I'm afraid an incorrect answer scores you the maximum of 100 points, takes your total up to 200.
Yeah, sorry, Joe. I literally cannot believe John and Ollie have got through that round. One of the most extraordinary things I've seen in Pointless history, guys. I hesitate to say very well done, but very well done. Let's go through the rest of this. Now, let's start with the most obvious one, Jane Eyre. Charlotte Bronte, of course. Would have scored you 36. Brideshead Revisited.
Evelyn
Waugh. Would have scored you 23. Sharp. Do you know Sharp?
I was in it.
Have a little look at the script.
I know exactly what he's called. Cornwall.
Yep, absolutely. Bernard Cornwell, and would have scored you 8 points. And The Ruby and the Smoke. It's not by Martina Cole, it's by Philip Pullman, and would have scored you 2 points. Best answer up there.
Thank you very much indeed. So at the end of our second round, the pair heading home with a high score of 200, our newest members of the 200 Club, Joe and Susie. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't a good round for you. If you'd gone the other way round, would it have been any better? Did you know any of the others on the first board, Joe?
I knew the Charles Dickens one.
And Susie, how was the second board for you? Any easier?
I would have known Charlotte Bronte, but whether or not I would have got it under pressure, I don't know. So.
Yeah, well, it's always hard under pressure. Anyway, the good news is we'll see you again next time. Look forward to that very much indeed. Thanks, meantime, Joe and Susie. Great contestants. But for the remaining two pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Paul and Ray, Ollie and John. You're one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £3,250. So now we have to decide who's going to play for that money, and to do that, you are now going to go head-to-head. The difference is you're now allowed to chat before you give your answers out. And the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Well, Paul and Ray, you were here last time in exactly that position as our lowest scoring pair. What do you make of your rivals today?
I think this is going to be tough.
Yeah,
I think it could
horses.
be. They were very lucky in that second round, but they were very good in the first round. So, yes, I think anything could happen. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns comeback kids. Comeback kids, Richard.
Yeah, this is some good news about wildlife. In 2013, the Wildlife Comeback Report was published, and it's animals that in the last 50 years have actually made a significant comeback across Europe, you know, in terms of numbers. I'm going to show you 5 of those animals now and give you the first letter of their name as well. Can you give us the most obscure of these?
OK, let's reveal our 5 comeback kids, and here they are. A.
Oh, look.
B. C. D. Oh. Don't jump.
It's all right, it's the first floor.
All right, fine. And E. OK, there we are. 5 animals that have come back from the brink of extinction. Paul and Ray, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you will go first.
We'll try D and say ibex.
Ibex. Ibex, say Paul and Ray. Now then, John and Ollie. Do you want to talk us through the board and have a...
Well, we think A is of wild boar. B, not sure. C is what we're going to go for, I think. We think that's bison. But I think this is going to be slightly better than that.
Yeah, that's a good answer, that.
So we might have to have a guess.
I have to just go for it, mate.
So we'll say C, bison.
OK, C, bison. So we have D, ibex, and C, bison. So Paul and Ray said D was an ibex. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said ibex. Is right. 26. 26, not bad. Ollie and John have gone for bison for C. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 said bison. Is right. 60. Which means, Paul and Ray, after one question, you are up 1-0.
Well played, Paul and Ray. Yeah, all 5 of these animals thriving in Europe now, which is nice. And the ibex, don't worry about them in that window. They're incredibly acrobatic creatures, the ibex. They can climb cliff faces, all sorts of things. I go to the Ibex Cinema in London. Have you been there?
Yeah. Bit noisy, it's my only complaint.
A little bit, isn't it? It is a little bit.
And the snacks aren't all they might be.
Now, A, I think both teams know, is the wild boar. It's a big scorer, though. Would have scored you 68 points. Now, B, you'll know the name, but would have scored you 9 points. That's a wolverine. Yeah. It's cute, isn't it? Cuter than you'd think. Doesn't look like that in the X-Men. And E is the spoonbill.
Of course it is.
And that would have scored you 19 points.
Well, I'm glad they're all back from the brink. Nice to have them back with us.
There's so many wild boar now, they're actually starting a culling programme.
And they make quite nice sausages.
That's nature for you, though, isn't it? That is nature.
There we are. Thanks very much indeed. So here comes your second question. Ollie and John, you get to answer this one first, but you have to win it to stay in the game, so best of luck. It concerns events in the royal calendar. Events in the royal calendar, Richard.
We're going to show you 5 events in the royal calendar now where senior members of the royal family appear, but we've left out alternate letters from each one. Can you fill in the gaps?
OK, thanks very much. Let's reveal our 5 events from the royal calendar with missing bits, and here they are. RYLAITPROMNE, RMMRNEA, SAEPNNOPRIMN, TOPNTEOOR, and RYLANYEVC. I'll read those all again. RYLAITPROMNE, RMMRNEA, SAEPNNOPRIMN, TOPNTEOOR, and RYLANYEVC. There we go. Now, Ollie and John, you will go first.
Oh,
Tough.
yeah. We don't know any.
We're struggling again here. So we're going to have a guess.
Royal something, is it?
Royal.
Just say an answer, mate.
So yeah, I'm going.
Paramaribo.
nice little pointless answer there. I like that. The Royal Paramaribo is what you're going to go for the first one?
Yeah.
OK, you sure you said that right?
That's all I got.
OK, Royal Paramaribo. Paul and Ray, it's an open goal.
Well, the second one is Remembrance Day.
Do you want to just go for that one?
Well, the third one, State Opening of Parliament.
Trooping the colours.
Yeah, and Trooping the Colour. We'll go for Remembrance Day.
OK, Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
Say Paul and Ray. So, Ollie and John have said that the first one is the Royal Paramaribo. Listen, I've got to thank you for that. That's a good answer. I mean, who cares that it's wrong? Let's see how wrong it is. Yeah, there we go. So, Paul and Ray, you merely have to be correct with Remembrance Day and you go through to the final. Let's find out if it's right, Remembrance Day. It's right. There we are, 19, very well done. But the key thing is it was correct, which means, Paul and Ray, only 2 questions into the head-to-head. You are straight through to the final, 2-0. Well done.
Well played, Paul and Ray. Let's fill in the scores for the ones you mentioned as well. You mentioned the third one, which is the State Opening of Parliament. Would have scored you more points. Would have scored you 30. Trooping the Colour, you're right about as well. Would have scored you even more. Would have been 49. Now, do you know the top one?
Yep, Royal Variety Performance.
Royal Variety Performance, yep. Would have scored you 23. And the bottom one is the best answer on the board.
The Royal Maundy Service.
The Royal Maundy Service, yeah. And that would have scored 2 points. Very well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, I'm afraid it's Ollie and John. Paul and Ray, I mean, they're like a machine. They're very, very good at this. And also, you weren't so good. I can't pretend it was entirely down to Paul and Ray. Listen, the good news is we get to see you again. We get even more of this next time, which I'll enjoy very much indeed. But meantime, Ollie and John, it's been great having you on the show. Thanks so much for playing. But for Paul and Ray, it's now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Paul and Ray. You fought off all the competition and you've won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £3,250. Well, you stormed through both shows. You got to the head-to-head last time, and you were the lowest scoring pair, and then you lost 2-0. And then this time you won. I think you'd been hard-pressed to lose this one. I think. But anyway, here you are, deserved all the more for having done so well in 2 shows. But what would you like to see come up in this round? Any particular strong suits?
Well, I would like something to do with movies or actors or something like that, or history.
OK, Ray?
Politics would be OK for me. I know it won't be tennis and I know it won't be countries, so politics would be OK.
OK, well, best of luck. As always, you choose your category, and here are your 4 options. You have got British actors, Irish and Northern Irish sport, groups with female lead singers, and literary awards.
It picks itself, British actors.
Yeah.
British actors. They do pick themselves, don't they?
And us too.
OK, now, Richard.
OK, guys, very best of luck. We're going to give you 3 different options now. We're looking for any feature film made for cinema release for which any of the following actors received an acting credit. We're looking for any Bill Nighy films. We're looking for any Julie Christie films or any Rachel Weisz films. So any film for which any of those 3 received an acting credit, please. Guys, we won't accept About Time because it was released after the poll was put to our 100 people. We also won't accept This Is Not an Exit for Rachel Weisz.
Thanks very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and to win that jackpot, all you need to do is find just one pointless answer among those 3. Now, remember, the answers you provide can come from any of these 3 categories. It's entirely up to you how you spread them across the category. It can all be Rachel Weisz, it could all be Julie Christie, all 3, or 1 from each. Entirely down to you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Okay. Bill Nighy, it was in Valkyrie. Right. Julie Christie, Don't Look Now. She was in Don't Look Now. Rachel Weisz, The Constant Gardener, or any of the Mummy films, the first 2 Mummy films. So any of them would be okay. Bill Nighy did a really obscure war film, another war film about the SS.
That film that was on the boat that rocked, was he in that?
Yeah, probably. And he was in the one about the hotel place in India. What was that one called?
The Marigold Hotel.
Marigold Hotel. But I think Valkyrie.
Yeah, it was
Valkyrie. Julie Christie.
Yeah.
Don't Look Now, or Ola Tesh was in that one, where the guy comes back, Warren Beatty comes back to Earth, gets
10
a second
seconds
chance
left.
at life. Oh, what was that one called? He comes back. He was a baseball player and he comes back to life.
No, sorry.
OK, there is your time up.
Okay.
I now need your 3 answers. What are you going to go for?
Bill Nighy, Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
Julie Christie, Heaven Can Wait.
Heaven Can Wait.
And Rachel Weisz, The Constant Gardener.
The Constant Gardener for Rachel Weisz. OK, so 1 from each category. Of those 3, which do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Probably the Julie Christie one.
OK, Heaven Can Wait.
Heaven
We'll pop
Can
that
Wait.
last. Your least likely?
The least likely is Rachel Weisz, I think, because that was a big success. That was a big
The
movie.
Constant Gardener.
Yeah,
OK,
so
we'll pop that one first. OK, we'll put that up on the board. And here they are. The Constant Gardener, Valkyrie, Heaven Can Wait. Well, some cracking answers up there. Let's hope they're all correct. Let's hope at least one of them is pointless. Now, your first answer was The Constant Gardener. Remember, only one of these answers has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. 3,250. It's getting quite tasty, that jackpot. What would you do with your share of that, Paul?
Well, my son's 17, he's learning to drive, so it would go towards insurance. Probably wouldn't cover it all, but it would go a long way.
Ray?
It would go towards spending money for a holiday in Australia, which is coming up.
Good stuff. OK, well, 2 good things to be spending your prize money on, 3 good answers on the board. Your first one was The Constant Gardener. Remember, it has to be right, then it has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot. So let's find out, for £3,250, how many people named The Constant Gardener as a Rachel Weisz film? It's right. Well, if this goes all the way down to 0, you leave here immediately with £3,250. It's taking us down through the teens. Will it go to single figures? Yes, it will. 7. 7, not bad at all. probably the most mainstream of those answers, I'd say. So only 7 people got that. That's really not bad at all. Another great score. Sadly, not a pointless answer, which means only 2 more shots at today's jackpot. Your second answer of the day was Valkyrie. And again, this has to be right, and it has to be pointless for you to win the jackpot. So for £3,250, let's see how many people named Valkyrie as a Bill Nye film. It's right. Now, your first answer was The Constant Gardener. That took us down to 7. This time, Valkyrie takes us down into single figures. You passed 7, down it goes, still going down, still going. You've done it! Very well done indeed. That's brilliant. Very well done. Richly deserved. Great play the whole way through. Congratulations, Paul and Ray. Valkyrie was a pointless answer, which means you go home with a jackpot of £3,250. You played so well.
How about that? There is a perfect way to play pointless, and that's to come in on show 1, get through to the head-to-head, wait for the jackpot to go up, come back again, get through to the final, and do it. And you know what? And to do it by giving great answers all the way through, by being thoroughly nice guys all the way through as well. So very well played. Yeah, you played Friedrich Ulbricht in Valkyrie. Heaven Can Wait, also a pointless answer.
Fantastic. Oh, thank you. Fantastic.
I think the war film you're thinking of with Bill Nye might have been Glorious 39. And that was a pointless answer. It was also a pointless answer for Julie Christie, because she was also in it. So if you thought of that, I don't know where we'd have been. Let's take a look at the pointless answers. Lots of pointless answers on all the categories here. I suspect people at home might have done quite well on this. The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel that you were talking about was a pointless answer. Notes on a Scandal also would have been a pointless answer. He plays Kate Blanchett's husband in that. Valkyrie, I Capture the Castle, also could have had Arthur Christmas, could have had Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, could have had Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, The Constant Gardener, Bill Nye's in. So he would have been a pointless answer for that question. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, The Phantom of the Opera, lots of pointless answers there for Bill Nye. Let's take a look now at Julie Christie. Finding Neverland would have been a pointless answer. Hamlet, Heat and Dust, Troyes, and all sorts of amazing films, Julie Christie. Also could have had Demon Seed, could have had Fahrenheit 451, could have had Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, McCabe and Mrs. Miller, lots of pointless answers there. And Rachel Weisz, Constantine, you could have had Runaway Jury, the John Grisham adaptation, The Deep Blue Sea, and The Lovely Bones was a pointless answer. I suspect people would have got that at home. But very, very well done. 2 pointless answers in the studio. Congratulations, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Well, thanks once again to our winning players, Paul and Ray, who go away with today's jackpot of £3,250. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.